Life is Good 13. You are Creation 13. Um, Tonight I want to talk to you about and becoming aware of what um, activations are and how it affects your DNA strand. You know how everything affects your DNA strand. Let's see, what else was it? Um, don't remember. But anyways, consciousness. Um, Learning on how we can download our consciousness streams. Um, yeah, I had a quite interesting experiences um, as of late, and like let's see, was it like a week ago or a week and a half ago? I got this cold. I still got a cold, and I'm out in the cold, so yeah, it's talkative. But anyways, I had a just kind of experience some things. Um, I learned that that you when you become aware of your constant stream and just how this matrix structure works, you'll actually start to see or even um, feel the future happening already, because everything happens already. Everything happens instantaneously already. So this is where you um, live in the now moment, because that's all there is just now. Um, but those now moments, you can jump into another now moment and then come back to another now moment. You know, it's not a future present thing. It's just becoming aware of how your consciousness structure has already experienced all of this, and there's many different, tons of different paths that can be taken, but each one is still a different timeline of some sort. But what I'm trying to get at is what I experienced is I was able to experience a future now moment, and because I was aware of it, I was trying to make it happen really fast, and you can't do that. um, it really messes things up. Um, it really does. So I had to learn how to um, go with the flow of things. Go with the flow of life, because like I said, you can change your path and you can change your surroundings, but you can't change other people's paths and surroundings. So say if you're faster than everybody else, but their path is meant to connect with yours, um, you have to wait for them to catch up with you, and that's what I learned. And um, let's see, and when I was learning this process, I was able to learn a lot of interesting things. There was a little recycle thing, but um, I was able to catch it and move on with it. Um, and it's still kind of hard, because you gotta keep moving forward. Your mind will try to get back into that recycle mode. So you want to make sure that you don't fall victim into that. Let's see. And what I was talking about with future now moments, because of that, I caused a trigger reaction for when the thing I was meant to go through and experience was over with. I got a counter action later on that kind of bit me in the butt, but it worked out. It worked out all right, I guess. I don't know. that's the thing too, is that you have to become aware of everything that you do is going to have an effect of some sort, and you have to play your cards right. You have to um, strategize everything. That this is where um, I want to say matter over mind, something like that. But you want to look beyond the mind, because the mind will give you solutions based on experiences. But if you focus on your feelings, and it's not your ego feelings, but it's your um, your your heart, your heart chakra, your will and intent, and you know, and focusing on the consciousness structure of the situation um, that you want to pay attention to. Because, like I said, the mind has those recycle modes and then has solutions, but it's not going to be what you want. Um, and I'm kind of losing track here. But anyways, you just have to become aware of what you are planting, and if there's any attachments to the experiences, because you can say someone comes on your path, right? And because they're on your path and you're meant to experience something with them, you have a connection. So you can picture your body. So let me draw this real quick. Gotta love winter, man. It's cold out here. So you even froze up my pen. Well, that's probably not the question then. Yeah, that's not the question. The pen's frozen now. Anyways, but when somebody comes on your path, and you're meant to experience something, you have a connection cord attached to your spiritual being, and your consciousness stream is connected to that person or persons, whatever the path and situation is. And you need to become aware of this, because you're sharing an experience and you're going to learn from each other, some way, shape, or form. So that connection is connected to you. Now, the point I'm getting at is, once you learn what you need to learn from this experience, you have to detach afterwards, so then you can move on. Because otherwise, it's going to disrupt both your paths. And, depending on the situation, you always want to make sure that you disconnect. If you're meant to reconnect, then you can reconnect. But you always want to disconnect after you've learned what you learned. And this has a big part in future generations that you experience, because from what I've learned, and um, I'm still learning, is you are, like, say, your parents have kids, right? Like myself, and I have kids now too. So, but I'm looking from my perspective, is that I am the, what is it? I am a piece of of karma from generations past, from my ancestors, and I have an opportunity to clear my ancestors' past mistakes, or what they may have um, created throughout history. Um, this is where that karma thing comes from, because when you're born into, okay, right, like I said, we're all star seeds, right? And one time or other, we chose to come down here, and either you came down here, um, you didn't remember who you were, you didn't remember your star seed, and then you got trapped here, right? Um, but from my understandings, is that when you come into, and it doesn't matter what world it is, whether it's Earth or some other planet, your consciousness stream goes into a family bloodline. Okay, it goes into a family bloodline, and once you're in that family bloodline, you are connected to that stream of consciousness. And say if you reincarnate, you're still going to be part of um, that stream consciousness. It might different too though, because I'm kind of giving you some more info that it might change. I mean, this is where cousins get involved and stuff like that too. So it may not just be, like say if you're a native, and you're um, uh, a black person, right? And their family joined together, so you're gonna have both of that family bloodline in there. So it gets kind of complicated, but you're still gonna be part of the family descendant, part of that family karma. So because of this, you have to experience your past karma, and you have to conquer it. It took me a while to become aware of what the heck this karma thing was, because from my understandings is that this is my first time here on Earth. Because I've looked throughout my consciousness stream, and I couldn't find anything that had to do with Earth. I found past lives on other planets, but I couldn't find anything on Earth. And I was trying to figure out, well, how does this karma thing work then? Let alone, how do we choose our family? But I further investigated into it, asking my ancestors and stuff like that on how it works, and um, they just showed me, that you're connected entirely to the whole family bloodline, and you can change the bloodline. Right now you can change the whole structure, the whole element of it, um, which is what I'm doing for this bloodline of mine. And this helps you clear past karma, because you're creating a future for this family bloodline, and it clears the karma out. Like say maybe one of my past um, ancestors, was a creator of a war, a creator of a weapon, um, or it also has a lot to do with, this karma thing can expand like huge. I mean, you can have fights with other families, with other clans, like the old school days of, clans fighting over each other and stuff like that. That can also create karma for future too, and that's what you have to become aware of. And that's what I was talking about with, you know, being connected with somebody on the path, but then learn to disconnect. Because if you start to um, plant seeds and not finish it, you can create conflicts later on for your future bloodline. Um, because no matter what it is, you're creating um, your kids' future, your bloodline's future right now. So even after we move on, our bloodline, our karma is still going to go on. And ever since I was real young, I could always sense how my parents were. Like when they were little, when they were in their teenager years. My grandpas and everything like that. I could um, feel what they experienced, and I was able to download their memories and their streams of consciousness in a lot of detail. Um, and I was younger, so I didn't really understand it, but now I know what I know. It makes a lot of sense as to why I experienced that, because everything is consciousness, and you are connected always. You just have to remember how to reconnect back. I was had an experience. This guy's named Jeffrey, and he was talking about some activation thing, and I was like, "Wow, man, that sounds pretty cool." I'm gonna make another video about that. But anyways, the point is that you are consciousness, and you can download other people's consciousness streams. And the best way to explore this is when you're exploring your um, karma. That is exploring your consciousness stream. And when you learn how to do that, you can explore into other people's consciousness streams, as well as Mother Nature and stuff like that. This is how you connect, and how you um, can become aware of what's going on and what is going to happen. Like I said, you're going to start seeing the future now moment, but you still have to go with the flow. So you have to catch yourself. So you're gonna be here, but you have to be back here at the same time. So you're playing a game back and forth, but you still want to keep learning and growing. So you want to keep moving forward, but still keep yourself back here at the same time. It's pretty trippy. But anyways, I think that's about it. And I talked a little more about other stuff than what I was going to talk about. But anyways, yeah, just become aware that you need to unlock and become aware of your family consciousness stream and your connections, and then also become aware of what you're doing now, so it doesn't cause a chain reaction for the future. You want to make sure that you're planning and creating what you want later on. So because if you reincarnate again here, or like say we're back here again, helping out humanity, um, you're gonna have your karma consciousness here still, in some way, shape, or form. Your family bloodline will still be here in some way. So, anyways, yeah, I think I'll end it at that. So yeah, just become aware that you know that we're all consciousness streams, and this video is getting real long. So, anyways, if you got questions, let me know. And 13 love to you all. I love you all very much, and I'll talk to you in a little bit.